G'day, my name's Gordon Dedman and welcome to another episode of Bushcraft Survival. Today I'm near Mazatlan in Mexico and I'm out on a bit of a walk for the afternoon, and I've come across this palm plantation, and apart from a few small clumps of acacia trees, there's not really a lot here. However, I feel like stopping, taking a load off and getting a fire going and making myself a cup of tea, so that's what we're going to do. Well, looking around the area, there's quite a bit of horse manure around, so I thought we'd get today's fire going with a bit of horse manure and a Fresnel lens, which I always keep in my wallet. It takes no room at all and it's a really handy piece of equipment to have. Pretty hot today near Mazatlan, and that's actually pretty much right on the Tropic of Cancer. So it's about 23.5 degrees. Small circles. So any sort of herbivore dung works well for this, because it's just compressed grass fibres. I'm just going to take this over to our fire. We'll stick this in our tinder bundle and we'll get our fire lit. There's our piece of dung. Dung works great as a coal extender, and you can carry it for long distance. In fact, you can use bits of even cow manure as a cow pat, dry of course, and get a spark to that, and turn that into a coal, and that you can transport for quite a long period of time. There's many plant substances we can use, but particularly herbivore dung works wonders for that. So it stays alight, but the smoulders like a slow burning cigarette, so it's a great way to transport fire. So let's just get that burn up. So I'm now going to transfer that to my tinder bundle. There we go. Transfer that to our fire. Our platform today is coconut husks. Coconut husks make a great platform. They burn very, very hot and they last quite a while. Well, we need a stake so that I can put the billy over the fire. So what I'm going to do, I thought I'd do is I'm going to use my knife, and we're going to batten a sapling that we can use as our staff to hold our billy up. So battoning is just turning a knife into a small axe by placing the knife against a tree and hitting the other end of a knife, being careful to hit it squarely so that we don't bend the blade. It's actually easier to come around from the back to get that angle. I like to put a V notch in, so cutting halfway through one way and then halfway through the other way. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to start from the back. Okay, I'm going to come down about that, and ensuring that it's right up near the hilt of the blade, near the hilt of the handle I should say, and I'm going to come around from the other side. It's a bit harder to get the correct angle here because we're so close to the ground. This coconut out of the road. And there we go. We've just turned our knife, which in this case happens to be the new carbon Mora Garberg, which is a great knife. We've turned that into a small axe. Now you need to bear in mind the size of the wood. You still need to be very, very careful, because not all knives you can do that with, and you need to be careful. But if you do it properly, you shouldn't have a problem. And what we're going to do now is just get rid of some of these other pieces, and we'll have a pole that we can use for our billy. Well, our billy's boiled now, so we're going to go ahead and make a cup of tea. I've also got some cotton which I've stuck inside a can. I'm actually making some charcoal at the same time. But the water's boiled, so we'll get into it and make our cuppa. I always take a brew kit with me wherever I go, and I've got my nesting cup which fits on my Nalgene stainless bottle. Tea bags, in this case some Harrogates of Yorkshire, my favourite tea. Take that off the fire, just let that cool a minute. I also like, got some powdered milk, and some honey. Bit of 4B which I used to make my char cloth, plus a bit of natural fibre I've found from coconut husks. That also makes good char. Give that a good dunking because I like my tea nice and strong. Powdered milk, give that a bit of a stir with a stick in this case. Powdered milk's great because you don't have to worry about keeping it cold. And instead of sugar, I like to have a little bit of honey. It's probably a bit healthy as well. I think it tastes a lot better. I try to cut down on the sugar, even though this is sweet. Actually, your better substitute is agave nectar. I try to have I have a garbe next to a lot of the time. Well, there we have it. An impromptu stop, an impromptu fire, resulting in a nice cup of tea. Cheers. Well, thanks for joining me for this brief episode on how to make a cup of tea in the bush. My name's Gordon Dedman, and I look forward to seeing you again on another episode of Bushcraft Survival.